Oh, guys, I absolutely loved this one. Favorite song so far. Absolutely stunning. I just really think they nailed it. They nailed every part of it, from how the song builds from start to finish, kind of getting more and more into a climax and a crescendo. The lyrics are absolutely stunning and beautiful. The vocals, absolutely incredible, and continue to get more incredible throughout, to the point where she's singing above soprano high C and doing wild riffs. I mean, just excellent start to finish. So guys, please sit back, relax, and enjoy my first time reaction and analysis for Heart of Stone from Six the Musical. And I'll see you after.
You? Cream, please.
Excuse me? For real? Yeah, weren't you the one he truly loved?
Oh yeah, did you give him the son he so desperately wanted?
Yeah, like I had a daughter and he literally chopped my head off.
Yeah, I know. I was lucky in so many ways. Well, I had a beautiful baby boy, and Henry got his heir to the throne, so of course I was going to be the one he truly loved.
Wow.
But, you know.
I've said this in every intro dialogue part, but the audio, it's like so intentionally horrible. Like it's so intentionally low quality. Like again, I just keep thinking like dive bar karaoke. And then it goes into the songs that are super, super well produced, like very high quality studio recording. But it's so funny to hear. I mean, it's such a radical difference, like a shocking difference that they chose to go like this far away from like a professional sounding audio to like truly, I'm telling you, dive bar, like make an iPhone memo next time you're at dive bar karaoke. And it sounds like this.
Had turned out to be a little baby Edwina, and that's not because I was weak or scared. It's because I loved him.
Damn, girl.
You've got a good heart, but I know it changes. A restless tide, untamable.
This is a beautiful start so far. I love the super mellowed out kind of cinematic piano feel to kick us off here. It's just like absolutely stunning. We're in F major. It's really lovely. And then the voice is so sweet and honest and genuine, keeping it relatively low in the voice range so far. The repeated notes in the piano is actually interesting. That's like more motion in a piano part than you'd usually expect in a song with this kind of atmosphere. Usually it's more just like block chords, just but we have boom, da-da-dum, dum, 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 ba-da-dum, bum, bum, bum. There's a motion underneath this really kind of tranquil, beautiful soundscape.
You've got a good heart.
You notice that getting into that first verse? That's like a really cool songwriting, or more of a production audio engineering technique used to just almost subconsciously build excitement and anticipation for what's about to happen. And one way to do it is to continue that into the next phrase or verse. Then it serves as a transition between sections of a song, and it's a great way of smoothing over the transition between songs, especially if it's a pretty stark transition. This one is just, and then right when the next section happens, it cuts out. So it just like increases our awareness almost just for a second before she actually starts singing. And it's like a subconscious thing. Like I'm listening for it because I produce music, and it's like most of my brain is just that. But it's a great songwriting tool for you guys to pay attention to going forward. Just notice this little revving up in the background. It's like sound design more than anything before she starts singing.
You've got a good heart, but I know it changes. A restless tide, untamable.
I love the how light she approaches the high note of that phrase, and then how she allows this lovely vibrato as she's descending back towards the bottom of her range.
A good heart, but I know it changes.
Light.
A restless tide, untamable.
Tameable. Just a nice, easy, beautiful vibrato. Lovely.
You came my way and I knew a storm could come too. You lift me high or let me fall.
More beautiful vibrato. And the contrast between, what did she say? You get me high and then let me fall. The difference in A, vocal range, which makes sense. We're talking about falling. We're talking about being high, getting high, and then falling. This is called text painting. This came out of really the Romantic period in classical music composition, where especially in art song, where the composers would really try to make their music and the vocal line especially reflect what's happening in the text. So let's say you're talking about climbing a mountain, then you might write a vocal line that is gradually ascending, or if you're talking about falling off something, you might write a quick descent in the vocal line. And so we get that here. It's called text painting. It's a really cool tool that is still used nowadays, just not quite usually as thoughtfully and in the same way as the Romantic period, especially in like German existentialism, like Schubert, Schumann. Those composers are the best. They're the best at it. But I use it a lot in my songwriting. I think it's still a great tool, and I think it really helps connect you to the reality of the music if you connect with what's being sung, with the text that's being sung in a way that they've just done here. So just pay attention to that. And I think both lines land harder. They land better, more clearly, because the message is in both the text and the actual songwriting, the actual melody.
You lift me high or let me fall.
Like, what if it had been the opposite? If she said, I keep forgetting the text. Lift me high, not get me high. Lift me high, watch me fall. It's like, it'd still be pretty, right? It'd still be nice to listen to, but this version makes more sense. It works better. Text painting. That's your vocab for the day.
And I knew a storm could come too. You lift me high or let me fall. But I took your hand, promised I'd withstand any blaze you blew my way. 'Cause something inside it solidified, and I knew I'd always stay.
Whew! I love the ba 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 ba. Just even though it's not a fast pulse, it adds so much motion and forward drive to a song. Also in that pre-chorus, we get this lovely bass synth that comes in and really fills out the low end of that frequency spectrum in the kind of way a subwoofer does, just kind of rumbling beneath everything. Really nice. This reminds me so much of like early 2010s house music, like Swedish House Mafia or like Alesso, Armin van Buuren, like how their songs start, where it's often just piano and some synth atmosphere and like a gorgeous female vocalist voice, and then it builds into like a huge EDM anthem. All those songs do, but that's what this one sounds like here. I have no idea where it's going to go musically, but it's really beautiful, truly. You can get that bass coming in.
But I took your hand, promised I'd withstand.
Just underneath everything.
You blew my way. 'Cause something inside it solidified, and I knew I'd always.
And all this empty space before the chorus.
You can build me up, you can tear me down.
Oh, I love this. This is really, really beautiful. And the text is so powerful and poetic. I love so many things about this chorus. We're going to go through them. The first thing is they have this big empty space. They wrote this big empty space before the chorus, and then they have a ba-da-da-da-dum, and they have this huge descending line into the actual start of the chorus. Now, what they've done is it still feels like a big moment, despite not much going on. They've got this lovely pulse. They've got that synth bass going. Now the vocals are up in that kind of power belt range, so we get a lot of vocal intensity from our lead singer here. But what they've done is they've created a big chorus sound comparatively to what was before, but they still have left a lot of room to make the chorus much bigger. Much, much bigger. There's so much they could add into this chorus to create, to make it even more anthemic and powerful. And I wager some of that we'll get later in the song. But even as it is, it already feels like an anthem. And it's really, really excellent. A lot of high Cs, a lot of big high C belts from our Jane Seymour here.
Me down, you can try, but I'm unbreakable. You can do your best.
All those notes that are like that, all these high Cs.
But I'm unbreakable. You can do your best, but I'll stand the test. You'll find that I'm unshakable. When the fire's burned, when the wind has blown, when the water's dried, you'll still find.
My face is listening to the lyrics and melodies. I'm like, it's the I'm loving what's happening, and I'm really thinking hard about all of it at once, and it's a lot to think about. That's what that face is. I love how the melody in this chorus stays high for a while, but it takes it down lower in the second part of this chorus just for a bit, just to create some variety. It's when she's talking about the fire and wind, and it's such a nice. It's a break from what has been happening. If you do if you repeat the same material 4 times in a chorus, which a lot of music nowadays does, it drives me crazy. If you just take the third one and you change it, then you've added variation. Then you didn't do a whole lot different, but the feeling of having that third section be different than 1, 2, 4 makes a big difference to the listener's experience. When the fires burn, like they takes that part down instead of going back up to those high Cs. Yes. This is cool too. There's not even really a fourth repeat of the material here. She ends on stone, and we have a whole kind of fourth section of this chorus left almost entirely empty. That's also cool because they have this very obvious crescendo and build to the end of this chorus. Ba, 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 ba. All on the 5 chord, which goes straight to the 1 chord. And then what your brain is telling you is, what my progressive house brain is telling me is she's about to come in on a belt. My heart of bang. And then there's this huge moment. But instead of it, she does it much more subdued. My heart of stone. And it's super easy, and everything cuts out almost. So it's kind of a little fake out, which is really cool. But maybe they'll do it differently later in the song.
My heart of stone.
Back to piano.
You say we're perfect, perfect family.
Yes.
You hold us close for the world to see.
Okay, the reason I got excited there is because I love this kind of drum to come in on the second verse. I've done it. I'm writing an enormous piece of music right now about Achilles and the Trojan War. 30 songs, over 2 hours long, totally original. Hopefully going to come out in 2026. Really, really passionate about it. And these drums, I call them the urban legend drums because that's just like the sample set that I've been using for the specific kind of drum. It sounds like the drums are underwater. And it's such a good pairing to go with like a mellow piano sound and a big soaring, beautiful vocal, because if the drums are like in your face, then they're totally going to overpower the kind of mellow piano sound that's going on here. But if they're kind of got this underwater veiled kind of sound, then you hear them and they add pulse and they add so much to it, but they don't distract or take away from where the beauty really is in this piece, which is that mellow piano and the voice. It's such a great songwriting tool. It's perfect. It's the perfect choice for the second verse of this song. So I admire so much the production right here.
You say we're perfect, a perfect family. You hold us close for the world to see.
Also, the piano, remember how in the first verse the piano had the motion? Bum, ba-da-dum, bum, 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 ba-da-dum, bum, or whatever. Now it's chords. Now it's just block piano chords, and now the drums, because the drums are there, they're providing the motion and the clear tempo and the beats and the pulse for the song. This frickin' rules. I love this song. Hi everyone, I hope you're enjoying my series on Six the Musical. If you'd like early access, I'm releasing all these videos a week ahead on Patreon before the public gets them. So come check out my Patreon, join us a week ahead of time for all the future videos on Six, and the next one is already there. Hope to see you over there. Peace.
You hold us close for the world to see.
There's that piano motion we got in the first verse.
And when I say you're the only one I've ever loved, I mean those words
So you have this beautiful, intimate, flipping up into the head voice when one could do a big belt instead, if it's in that range, that range you can operate in both mechanisms, makes it all that much more like sweet and kind of innocent and vulnerable and loving place. When she flips up into that really light head voice and then does this absolutely glorious isn't the right word. It is glorious, but this elegant, tasteful riff. Now riff, remember, is if you hold a vowel and then you do a bunch of movement on that notes, like that. That's called riffing. And there's this wonderful riff down out of that light head voice that connects us to the next section. Oh. That was cool. We had an echo come before the actual main event. That's But I Knows. That's cool. I like that.
Without my son, your love could disappear. And
everything totally cut out except for her voice in that one section. That's another really powerful tool, to remove everything except for the voice and then have everything come back in. Harshly too, not like it just fades out, like the audio really stops dead.
Son, your love could disappear. I know it isn't fair, but I don't care, 'cause my love will still be here. You can build me up, you can tear me down, you can try, but I'm unbreakable. You can do your best, but I'll stand the test. You'll find that I'm unshakable.
Okay, so remember in the first chorus, I said they had a lot of stuff they could add to make it even bigger and more anthemic than it already felt. That's what we're getting here. We're getting part of that. We're getting a consistent hi-hat to add to that forward motion, and we have a lot of backing vocal harmonies. Now I'm going to go back and see what else is different now, because I love this song. I'm going to take my time with this one.
My heart of stare me down, you
This one just has kick drum. The first one just has that kick drum. This one's got kick, snare, consistent hi-hats, and a lot of backing chorus vocals, and it's so sick. Banana.
You can build me up, you can tear me down, you can try, but I'm
Yes.
unbreakable. You can do your best, but I'll stand the test. You'll find that I'm unshakable. When
It's
the
like,
fire's burned, the wind has
you know?
blown, the water's dry, you'll still find stone. My heart of stone.
Okay. Really love it. I love how much they've added from the first chorus to the second chorus. There's still room to go. They can still make it bigger, I promise. But the backing harmonies are so powerful. The added drums are so powerful, and we still end the chorus the same way. So ba 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 ba, my heart of stone, and it's nice and easy, and everything's kind of reset, and so we can build up again, and that makes the song exciting.
Find stone. My heart of stone. Soon I'll have to go. I'll never see him grow. But I hope my son will know he'll never be alone.
So Jane Seymour, I believe, died of postnatal complications. Super common in that day and age. Awful. So doesn't get to see her son grow up. And we're in this bridge section now, and notice the kind of it's not like we've ever had a fast tempo in this song, but typically it's been like this. Ba, ba, ba. Now it's really half of that. It's like chord. And so even slower, which just dials everything back even more and really puts us into this like sad, vulnerable place, which is where Jane's at right now, talking about not being able to see her son grow up. So it's good. Just great writing. This song's freaking awesome. I got this.
My heart of stone. Soon I'll have to go. I'll never
Super slow chords.
grow. But I hope my son will know
One.
he'll never be alone. 'Cause like a river runs dry and leaves its scars behind, I'll be by your side. 'Cause my love is set in stone.
Oh my gosh, such a great build, and adding it to instruments, and then we get like a full string section coming in, which I'm a huge sucker for. And we also get some really lovely high belting here, which just always adds to it.
Runs dry, 'cause like a river.
So these are high C's again, big strong high C's.
Never be alone, 'cause like a river.
Now notice how she says river, or even riva. If you're gonna, I don't know if this singers are they all living from the UK? Anyway, riva. Making that mouth position is what you want to be doing on a big high belt. Big open mouth, bite the apple, some people call it, that kind of mouth position, almost no matter what vowel you're singing. And again, this is called vowel modification. I think I've talked about it before in the series, but changing the shape of a vowel to better sing the note, which is what's most important. Short of doing it so much that you have no idea what the word is anymore, you don't want to do that. But changing the vowel slightly to sing the note better, absolutely, go for it.
Runs dry and leaves its scars behind. I'll be by your side, 'cause my
also that they've added measures on the end of this build section to further stretch it out. That's another songwriting technique that I've been using a lot in my music. Just like you think the section's going to end, but then it keeps going just a little bit longer. There's something really amazing and powerful about curbing people's expectations with how long they expect a section to be. This one feels like it's going towards a very clear ending, and then they add like another 2 measures while it keeps building, and it makes you're like, oh God, you know, it's great.
By your side, 'cause my love is set in stone.
Wow. Vocal agility at its finest. Okay, so some absolutely massive belting. I kind of thought the song was about to be over. It's going to be a nice, beautiful ending. She died. Everyone's crying. And it's like, nope, we're going to have an absolutely colossal final chorus where our lead singer is just going to pop off from the grave. Yeah, crazy high belting and then ridiculously high, like Mariah Carey head voice there right at the end. So huge mouth, you can just hear it. Huge mouth position on this high D above high C. Absolutely shredding. Up to the high E above. So that's fully chest connected. That's huge. Huge, super high belt. It's like up right as almost as high as defying gravity. Great riff. D6 above soprano high C up with that head voice. Super, super high. That's just an absurd riff down. Unreal.
The fires burned, the wind has blown, the water's dried, you still find stone. My heart of stone.
Dang, still going. They just keep pumping it. There was something they had a nice change here as well.
The wind has blown.
Yeah. Bam, bam. Just a nice change up from this wall of sound. You just can't have a wall of sound for very long because it's like overstimulating. And if it doesn't build anywhere, then believe it or not, the audience can kind of check out if it's like a huge, powerful moment for too long. So pull it back, change it up, change the accents, and then go back to that big moment, one more time, which I think is what they're about to do.
The fires burned, the wind has blown, the water's dried, you still find stone.
You have this stomp clap, down section.
My heart of stone. Can't break me, can't break me. Can't break me.
There's a lot happening. We have the main melody happening. We have added riffs and belts, kind of counter melody, you might call it, coming from our Jane. And then we have, I think, the other women singing a more chorus kind of line throughout. So we basically have 3 separate vocal lines happening here. In addition to the we finally have like super fast, consistent hi-hats, which is, again, one more thing you can add to rev up the intensity. It's just that consistent hi-hat line. that is beautiful, and this has been a really fun journey. This is for sure my favorite song so far. I just think they just nailed it. They just nailed like every aspect of it. I just feel like they really, really nailed and dialed in with this one. Whew. Okay. Guys, if you enjoyed, if you learned something, if you gained appreciation, please do consider joining my Patreon. It's the best way to support me. And as always, it is totally free and takes just a couple seconds to subscribe. So do that right now. Thank you. You're awesome. And I'll see you guys in the next 6 video. Peace.